Hey, Nelson George with another Follow the Sound. Behind me over here is 105 2nd Avenue. There used to be a plaque right there. For some reason it has been moved. But the plaque said this used to be the Filmore East. Filmore East only had a 3-year run. It was from like March 68 to like middle of 71, I think. But because Bill Graham, the great rock impresario, would have 2 shows a night, especially on Fridays and Saturdays, and would have as many as 3 acts on the bill, triple bills. Everybody was anybody in pop music during that really golden era of 68 to 71 played here at the Filmore East. Now, the thing I want to point out about the Filmore East is that a ton of live albums were recorded here. I mean, so many. The Allman Brothers were basically the house band for a long time. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot today. They played they loved doing these kind of extended runs. They've done a bunch subsequently at the Beacon Theater in New York, but they started their whole kind of New York residency here at the Filmore East. There's tons of Allman Brothers stuff. But I want to point out 2 live albums, or recordings, a gang of recordings that were made here. Absolutely important were Miles Davis made his move from the jazz world to the rock world here at the Filmore East. He opened for the Steve Miller Band and some other bands here with his, newly electric sound that Bitches Brew, etc. Showed going forward. Wayne Shorter did his last show with Miles' band here at the Filmore East. Those recordings really document Miles in this incredible transitional period where he rejected a lot of the jazz tradition to make electric music, plugged in his trumpet. It was very radical at the time, disliked by jazz critics, but very much embraced by audiences and still very influential. And the other live album, is Band of Gypsies. Jimi Hendrix, Buddy Miles, Billy Cox. Cox on bass, Miles on vocals and drums. A super funk power trio made the Band of Gypsies record here, as well as that one album came out, and there was a number of other live recordings that came out of it. Just amazing stuff. Very influential on me personally. It was kind of my gateway to Hendrix was actually through the Band of Gypsies, and then I kind of went backwards. The set of foundations of rock funk, as done by Funkadelic and other bands, Isley Brothers, all really come out of that Band of Gypsies album. So this was a huge spot for rock. It was a huge shot for progressive black music. I don't know what it is now. It used to be a bank and looks like it's gone. Whoever it is right there where that X is, this thing here, there used to be a plaque documenting the spot, so hopefully someone has that in good spot and it's not going to be abandoned. The Filmore East, 105 2nd Avenue in the East Village, a real rock and roll history place, well documented in live music. So you can hear the cloud, you can hear the sound on scores of live records. Nelson George, Follow the Sound.